Welcome to the S.I.P show. Your host, Dr. Jeremy L. Blunt, and co-host, Damon Locke. Let's tune in as the guys bring you another episode of healthy tips and strategies to face the challenges of today.
Hello, and welcome to Featured Friday on the S.I.P show. This is the live show, folks. I'm Dr. B, and I'm joined with the smoothest. I'm talking about the coolest co-host in the game, Mr. Damon Lodge, aka D Lodge, in the building.
What's going on, people? Man, I'm so excited today. Like we said, today is Feature Friday. We got a special guest who we're going to introduce in a little while. But today we just want to have the conversation of what's going to happen post-quarantine, right? What are like some of the favorite restaurants we want to go to? What are some of the places we want to travel? And, with that being said, I'm going to let my partner introduce our guest because we're going to have some fire conversation today.
Well, it's kind of hard to introduce the guest today that's coming on the show. I'm very familiar with her. She is the behind the scenes person. I call her the executive producer slash compliance officer of the show. Because she just makes sure we do everything the way that it needs to be done. You've heard me kind of mention her earlier in the week. Just different things that we talked about and brought up. So we thought it would be awesome to have her on the show. So without any further ado, I want to introduce to the people my spooky, my other, my special thing, my sweet thing. That probably give me out of some of the club I got in the start of the introduction. The people's in the building. How you doing, Miss Peoples?
Good afternoon, guys. I'm doing great. Happy Friday.
All right, we in the building today. Miss Peoples, do us a quick favor. Kind of share with everybody a little bit about what you do.
What I do?
Yeah, tell us about
Well,
yourself.
where should I start? Well, for me, the most important thing is I like helping people. I do it in my professional life. I do it in my private life, and I'm able to combine my personal and my professional life. So my overall goal in life is just to help people and make people smile. So that's me.
Okay, that's what's up. Um, I think you do a very good job of it, by the way. Let me go ahead and throw that out there. I'm a big fan. I have firsthand knowledge um, of that right there. So I definitely want to, commend you on that. All right, we lost our co-host there for a moment. We got him back in. What's going on, Mr. Lodge? All right, so I believe we're just gonna jump into this thing. Go ahead, B. Lodge.
Yeah, we jumping right up in it. So, first question that I have for our lovely guest is going to be: as soon as this quarantine open back up, right? Uh, are you going to be a part of this first batch going outside? You know what I'm saying?
Probably not. I'm gonna handle the outside opening up like a 2 liter bottle that just failed and you need to open it up. But take my time, go real slow, and wait for it to sizzle out a little bit at a time before I go out there. Yeah, I'm gonna let everybody else go out there first, and then I'll go after. I don't have time, to be, you know. Mm-mm. No, no, thank you. I'll wait. I'll wait a week or two. How about
A
that?
week or two. See, what I'm gonna do is I'm treating it like kind of like Groundhog Day. It's a little bit, a little twist, a little different. I'm gonna let them people go out. If they get sick, aka see their shadow, it's gonna be more winter of quarantine. I ain't going back out there right now. You know what I'm saying? But I probably gonna have to be out there for work, anyway. But when these people start getting sick and stuff, I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm going back in for the winter.
Mm. Well, I think I'm like you. I'm gonna treat this thing like it's a recon mission.
Yes.
those people that's standing around saying they can't wait to get out, they can't wait to get out, they tired of being in the house. I'm gonna let them be the front line people. I'm gonna go ahead and let them run on out there. See how that worked out for them, because I think there might be some remnants still in the air. You know, they out there listening to number 45. He trying to open up stuff, no matter what anybody say. So, you know, I'm gonna tell it the way it is. So yeah, I'm gonna let them go on out there and see how that work out for them. And so I think I'm a, you know, like I said yesterday, you go out, and I want you to go to your house after you go out. Don't come to visit me. When you go out, do not come visit me. If you have not been visiting me during the quarantine, or I haven't visited you during the quarantine, I don't want to deal with you the first week and a half to 2 weeks after the quarantine over.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunity.
I got one better. If you didn't visit me before the quarantine and I didn't visit you before the quarantine, let's keep that relationship just where it is. Quarantine.
Yeah, you don't want no post quarantine friends, no new friends. You're not accepting no new friends. If we
Nope.
were friends before the quarantine, don't try to be my friend as soon as this quarantine over with. I think that's a good point to make.
Man, maybe they want to just mend some relationships. You know what I'm saying? They want to get back to, you know, good graces. So after the
That's it.
quarantine, they was like, let's connect.
Text message.
Look, I feel like I might catch something from a text. Nah, don't even. If you didn't contact me during the quarantine, checking on me, seeing how I'm doing, don't try to come find me to hang out with me after the quarantine over with. No, that's okay. I'm good. Appreciate it. You wasn't looking out for me during.
Yes,
Right.
indeed.
Right.
You know, we had this call last night, right? And people was talking about the different anointings they have, right? So I feel that both of my co-hosts today got a little bit of a petty anointing on them. But we're gonna we gonna get to our next question. So look,
You're trying to move on.
yeah, I'm gonna throw that out there and just move on. Cause I know we also have a clapback anointing that I don't want to get into. I don't want to get the wrath of the clapback anointing, you know.
It's coming. Just go ahead. I'm gonna let you get your question out, though. Go ahead.
But yeah, so the second question is gonna be: look, I love eating food. I like going to restaurants. So, what would be one of the first restaurant you'll want to go back to after the quarantine?
I'm not really sure like which restaurant per se, only because they've been pretty closed and working on skeleton crews. So I need to make sure other people go eat there first. So I need to handle the restaurants like I'm gonna handle the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to make sure everything is good first. But if I had to pick a restaurant that I would want to go back to, it would have to be in New Orleans, Morrow of the Story.
Rose, yeah, that was good. That was good.
That was,
Real
yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was good. Go ahead.
good one.
So me, I'll probably want to do a date night with my wife. You know, I'll probably tell them kids, look, we tired of y'all. We about to go out. We're gonna dip out and do a date night tonight. So we'll probably go to one of our favorite restaurants, like the Rafino's or the Little Village or something like that. Get a good meal in and just celebrate life. But I think they do gonna need to do some different things in restaurants, especially like for capacity wise. Maybe they have to change some seat, not have as many people in the restaurants like they usually have, because you know this thing is gonna be a part of us for a long time. It's gonna change the way that we're gonna interact with one another, even if it's at a restaurant. We're gonna get into that a little bit later too. But Dr. B, what's the first place you'll want to go eat?
First place that I think I want to go eat. Yeah, New Orleans gonna be shut down a little while longer. If you hadn't heard, and everywhere else. So my first answer was the same as his people, Moros, but that's down in New Orleans. So in order to keep it local, I think I might frequent the whole, I might go to a good Chili's. Just a normal Applebee's. Just hey, this is just not date night. those are not the places to go for date night. I'm not saying I'm
Yes.
taking her to those places. I'm saying the places that I would go. All right. So
Right. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up because I was getting a little bit worried about date night. A little worried. Yes.
No date night at Applebee's or Chili's.
That is that don't count as a date. Hold on now.
we used to do lunch
Those
dates
are not
at
when
Applebee's.
you reach when you reach a certain age, that's like a drive through for you. That's when you reach it when you're over 40, you're looking for a real restaurant, an adult
Mm,
atmosphere. Yes. Okay. Mm-mm.
I,
that's
I do like,
that's.
I have been wanting to go to like Stabs. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
hadn't had a chance to go there yet. So that's kind of on the agenda. There's some places that I've been wanting to go, haven't had an opportunity to go. So, for date nights, it's something different. But you
Yeah.
just said, first places you like to go to. Because, I used to hit up with Chili's. I mean, look, I love the salad, that buffalo chicken salad from Chili's. I mean, that's a good, but I'm thinking like lunch spot, not
Mm-hmm.
ready to go sit down. I don't want to be around people like that. So I might, do a little bit drive through. Let me see what y'all got going on. Like, yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I'm just,
Stabs is actually good. Me and my wife went to the first one. They got one in Central, then one on Jefferson. We actually like the one in Central a little bit better. The food's a little bit better there, but they both are pretty good, man. But Stabs is a good choice for a date night, right? So
mm,
let's get into some travel. I know we all like to travel. We got places we want to go. So what would be the
Mm,
first place you'll go? I'm gonna have two parts to this. First place you'll want to go as a little trip, first, the other one would be for like a couple's stitchcation, like we like to say. We'll want to go to next. All right,
let
you
me just
understood those questions, D?
answer
yeah.
that.
So for
Rosemary,
me, what?
I'm sorry, I was throwing a comment in there to make sure Live saw it.
I
Don't
saw
worry,
it.
I'm on the screen for you. There you go. Uh, I think somebody was sending you a message. Okay,
Yes.
carry on. I'm sorry, I cut you off, babe.
For me, I love the beach. So my first thought is definitely going somewhere where there's some fresh air
Mm-hmm.
blowing. And just being by the beach, staying calm, kind of been cooped up for a while. But I like to go to the beach and just enjoy the beach, the scenery, just the whole atmosphere. But in regards to a vacation, of course, we've all talked about, taking certain vacations, but I really want to go to Egypt and Greece. Those are the two places
Mm.
that I kind of, are on my list of must haves or must do, especially after going through the quarantine. So for
Yeah.
me, I'm ready to saddle up. Get the flights back, get the resorts back open so that we can start working on that. So that's where I want to go.
It's quarantine put things in perspective. Like the places that you had, like traditional like bucket list places. Like, look, we need to start hitting these things now because we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know, when it's gonna be our time, right? So those places like that definitely want to go. What I want to do is we have a trip actually planned for the end of July. That I don't know if it's going to cancel or what's going to happen. It's to Jamaica with the family. So I really want to go on this trip, but if I can't go on this trip, we get a year and a half that we can use it. So maybe down the road next year, this stuff chilled out. We kind of see how people, how the flight's been going, make sure nobody gets sick, that we'll end up going to Jamaica next year as a family. But a trip that I always wanted to go on is a combo trip where you start off in Dubai and you end up in Maldives, right? So that's like my dream trip. But I heard it's cheaper actually to fly from Dubai to Maldives instead of try to go to each place twice or one at a time. So my dream vacation or my dream trip will be there. Go to somewhere because you get to experience a lot in the desert in Dubai. Like I wanted to go skydiving in there. Ride the camels, do the
I don't
four
want to
wheelers,
go
and
skydiving. I don't want to do that.
Don't
that's
worry,
what we're gonna have to.
go together.
But we still can get. Would you ride the camel?
Yes.
All right, we can do the four wheeler riding in the desert. You know what I'm saying? And then after
Uh,
that, After we get dusted from the sand, we're gonna go get up in them blue waters on Maldives, where we can have our own little private hut. You know what I'm saying? They have you the butler service. They bring you the drinks there. You can slide down into the ocean if you want to. Like it is beautiful. So that's kind of like my bucket list trip that it's gonna happen sooner than later because, like I said, it's you never know what's gonna happen. So another one of these quarantines might come, might shut us down for years. We don't know what's gonna happen. But as soon as everything open back up, and on first batches, second batches through, we're gonna have to
We
hit that
own
trip up.
it. Yes,
I want y'all to know I'm going Wi-Fi and agree right now that we don't get another one of these that shuts us down for years. You know, you
Yes.
should agree right now. So we go Wi-Fi and agree. But number one, um, this is you kind of mentioned one of my big ones already. You know, we've kind of talked about this on the air, off the air. The fact that we are Dubai, like, is the place that we want to go. That's where I would like to go for my birthday next year. Stephanie, I see your comments. We are talking about vacation spots to go, but I will definitely tell you we're not trying to go this year. This is something for next year. You know, I make that big 4-0 next year, and that's where I would like to go next year. This year, it won't be until the latter part of the year, but I would like to go to somewhere in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Just somewhere local, but far enough away where I want to, see that beach life. And, I want to look around and not see people for a good distance. I want to practice social distancing on vacation. Uh, all I have to do with people at my resort and who I'm there with. But other than that, yeah, I want to be there and enjoy some space there. So maybe, somewhere around, I've been to Jamaica before, but there are some places down there that I haven't been that I'd like to go and try that out. So that's what my thoughts are.
Man, that'd be awesome. I love some tropical backgrounds, some beach life. I love that. So
I like
let's happen.
tropical drink.
Let's yep, put it all together. But you didn't see the comment my wife said, but she said at staff they have a rosemary, peach margarita, a margarita martini. I'm sorry, that is real good. But so when y'all go to that date night, you might need to get one of those.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, so the next question will be, right? So, this quarantine has canceled a lot of events. What is one event that got canceled that you wish it was still popping that you can still go to?
For me, Essence Festival. I wanted to see Janet Jackson. I love just going down there, being around my people. I love hearing the
Mhm.
music. I love going to the convention center and hearing all the conferences and people speak. I just love the culture. So for me, like that's the biggest hit. Is definitely the Essence Festival for me.
Yeah, I know that's usually a big economic boost for New Orleans too. All the
Yeah.
revenue they get from that weekend. I know that's going to be hard for New Orleans to not get that. With me, it would have been the event that we was playing, the Battle of the Sexes. I
Um,
am very competitive, and I wanted to get that trophy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to have
but
that
you weren't.
championship belt.
It's
But
I
you
was
weren't
going.
gonna win. You weren't gonna win. I don't understand how you can wish for something that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
lady,
You got. I don't want to crush all your hopes and dreams, but I was gonna win that thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was good because it was going to be our first event we was hosting together. It was
right?
about our couples strengthening relationships, just having that good competitive edge. It would have just been a great event. So we're gonna have to postpone that until another time. But man, I was looking forward to that battle of sexes. It was gonna be on. I was gonna have bragging rights for a long time. I was gonna be bringing that belt everywhere. Every stitch thing we had, I was gonna be bringing that belt or a trophy, whatever we just did.
The
Would have
only
been.
reason you would be bringing it is because your wife would have it.
I would have been bringing it
Anyway,
everywhere.
Wow.
yeah.
Well,
Look at that.
they talking mad noise. That's okay. That's all right. See, your brother not on the line today. So I just want you to know that yeah, y'all think that y'all would have won, but you all were going to have to recruit a little harder than what y'all were recruiting. To even have a chance, because I mean, we had that thing kind of locked down. We still gonna kind of lock down. Please know that it's still coming. It's like when your mom and them promised you a butt whooping when you were little, and you knew it was coming, but you didn't get it. You didn't plan to get it, but you had to walk around in anticipation. I just want you to walk around in anticipation because that butt whooping is coming. All right,
I always,
so
always got my butt whoopings. I always got them. There was never a rain check, never a layaway, never wait till later. I received them all.
so um, it, for me, um, see, you done messed me up. I had to remember what the question was. My the things that I plan on doing, um, and that I was most looking forward to was I was actually in. I guess it was kind of work related, but it was an opportunity for me. I was supposed to go to Kansas City to do a training for a new position that I got, and
Mhm.
the training got canceled. I was looking forward to going to it to kind of connect with some people that I had met last year because there's some next level training positions that I'm looking for, and this is a requirement for that. That's why I was kind of downtrodden. And this happened like immediately. They was like, "Yeah, we're not doing that," and it was scheduled for the end of April. So it'll be rescheduled hopefully. But between that and yeah, I was looking forward to that battle of the sexes. Doing my thing.
Mhm.
That's still gonna come, so I ain't worried about that.
Yes, indeed. All right, so we've been having some fun. We've been clowning on here. Let's get a little serious, right? So, question I have next is: do you think things going to go back to normal after this quarantine is lifted?
Nope.
After outside open back up?
Well, for me, I feel like it's going to depend on the person and how they were actually affected by the whole pandemic. If you
Hmm.
were affected in a manner where it was right in your face, right in your family, right there, then of course it has made an impact on you. However, if you're someone who didn't wear a mask, who didn't wear gloves, who didn't, disinfect and still was going out and it didn't affect them, then they're probably going to go right back to their normal life. So it's going to depend on how you were actually affected by the pandemic in regards to how your normalcy will be. For me, I was already don't sneeze, don't cough, don't follow me with all of that. That was me before. That's me extra after.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going to still use those same precautions, but I think it's very important that people understand if it affects them right there in their face. It's almost like the flood. If you were
Hmm.
directly affected you or it affected someone in your life and you had to help them, then it's definitely you're not going to go back to the normal life. If you didn't, then you will. So basically, it just depends on how this particular pandemic affected you and your family.
Yeah, that go along with everything we've been talking about. It affect everybody differently, and so like, I think it's going to be an adjustment when everything finally gets back open. People like who used to be huggers, they ain't gonna be huggers no more. They ain't gonna be dapping, hugging everybody down. I've been telling everybody we're gonna start doing the kid and play. That we're gonna be dapping with our feet. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be about the closest we gonna get. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be an adjustment. I don't know how things gonna look, how business is gonna look. I don't know how my job and my career is going to look because it's going to be totally different. Like I do a lot of surgeries in the hospital, right? So now a lot of people don't want to go to the hospitals. They rather have it at a surgery center because it's that less chance of infection or less chance of having more infected patients there. So I think it's going to be a transition of things going from the hospital to more to these smaller surgery centers. And then these surgery centers got to be able to handle the load that the hospitals were having. So my career is probably about to have a change in it. I think it's going to be a positive change, but and again, it's going to be changes. So we're going to have to be able to adjust our fire. I had this conversation with my son today. He emailed some homework and it didn't go through the teacher. He's all upset. It's like I got to do all this work again. I'm like, son, things are not going to happen the way that you plan. You have to be able to adjust and keep on firing. You know what I'm saying? So when things don't happen, as we come back into this and it's not going the way that we want it to go, we're just gonna have to adjust and we're gonna have to change the trajectory of our fire, but we're gonna have to keep pushing. All of us gonna be in it together. Dr. B, what you
Well,
got?
All right,
can I
so
say something? Can I
Go
say
ahead.
something?
Go ahead.
Well, and that's just to piggyback before I lose my thought. What people also are realizing is that people who thought they had secure jobs, who
Mm,
had savings, who are not working at this time, they're having to deplete and use those resources that they've saved. It's also going to
yes.
shed light on to savers and spenders. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
know my nickname is Penny Peoples. You know, I thank God sometimes that I am Penny Peoples because I just heard somebody say I had to rob Peter to pay Paul. I don't have a Peter or a Paul, so I can't rob either one. So I have to make sure that I am setting myself up, regardless if it's a pandemic or not throughout the year. I have
Yes.
to make sure that I'm setting myself up in a place financially where if something happens, no, I can't go a month without a paycheck. However, I have things in place and I've
Mm-hmm.
designed my finances that way so that I can kind of maneuver in case of an emergency. A lot of people have learned that that's going to be a new reality for them, especially
Yes.
the ones that still are not able to go back to work for a while. So for me, I think, it's important for people to understand the importance of not only, their finances and their families, but their mental state in regards to both of those things.
Yes.
look, for those that are just tuning in, I just want to make sure everybody understands what our topic of discussion is for today. This is Feature Friday, and we are discussing, uh, starting the conversation about what's going to be after this pandemic, after this quarantine is over. I know that we see the comments from quite a few of you. We appreciate your comments. We are seeing those. This is a conversation that we're having, but we want you to feel very much involved in the conversation as well. So feel free to comment. I see several people saying, "Hey, they feel like they're opening up too soon." Um,
Mm-hmm.
Deborah Simon says that she feels we shouldn't open back up to May 1st. You know what, Deborah? I agree with you. Valencia, who's all the way in Indiana, she's saying they're talking about opening up and she just straight up scared. There's a lot of people that are being affected by this. So I said at the very beginning that there was, I remember having a discussion, me and Deidre were having a discussion about, I coined the phrase, a new normal. This is actually the start of something brand new. No, our lives will not go back to the way that it used to be. In my opinion, it definitely won't. There's going to be extra precautions, extra things that are going to be in place. Things like, you remember when after 9/11 they shut everything down, when they finally
Mm-hmm.
opened back up the airports and let people start flying, there were new TSA arrangements and things of that nature. I don't believe right now we're prepared to open back up to allow people to go to business back as usual. I think there's some precautionary things that need to be in place, which is honestly the reason why those first couple of weeks I'm like, yeah, I'm still not going back to business as usual because I feel that outside needs an opportunity to adjust. I got to treat outside like Dietrich said, that cobalt. I got to let the fish run off first. I, I you know,
Mm-hmm.
I think I really do believe that it's too soon. I agree with Ricky Davis is saying, they believe maybe mid-June before things really get back to normal. Look, we appreciate all of your comments and everything that you have and that you've said. Like, yeah, the new normal, no, it won't be. It won't be the normal that we're used to ever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
People that this affected everybody globally. But I do see, like Dietrich said, there's a lot of people that are running out there into the man. I went to Walmart to pick up groceries, not to go into Walmart. I did Walmart pickup yesterday. I pulled in the parking lot. I looked around. I mean, people was out I was like, did the ban get lifted? Did outside open back up? Like, and that's the danger. People are treating it as if, well, it didn't affect me, so it's over, or they say it's on the decline, so I'm not really worried. You're not worried,
Mm-hmm.
or you're not worried until somebody in your house get it, and then
Right.
it's an issue for you. And it's unfortunate because that's where hard-headed people. I hate to say it, but they was hard-headed before the pandemic, and they were hard-headed before the quarantine. They were hard-headed during the quarantine, and they can be hard-headed when the quarantine over.
Yes.
So that's the only thing that's gonna be normal after this quarantine. Hard-headed people in this world.
I'm ready.
Oh
I'm ready
man.
for a t-shirt. I'm ready to show people my shirt.
Oh Lord. Look. CEO just taking over now. I mean,
Just
executive producer is
we're
doing
not
her own thing.
saying this yet.
I'm sorry.
So before we get into the show, we want to put our challenge of the day out, right? So we want
Yes.
y'all to answer some of these questions that we've been answering. Where's the first restaurant you want to go to? Where's the first trip you want to take? Are you going back out when outside open back up? You know what I'm saying? We want to know these things. So we want to remember, do the hashtags. This is challenge. Let us know where you want to go eat, where you want to go travel, and how you're going to approach going back outside.
Guess what, though,
Man,
Dane?
what you
Dane.
got? What you got?
They're gonna have the nail salons, the hair salons, the spas. Those are gonna be like so, whoo, packed, so
Packed.
packed.
Go camp out
Packed.
outside the nail salons and hair salons. They just need to go camp out. You need to get your temperature taken and everything else before you can go in there because they're going to be packed like sardines up in there. And get my dude done. I don't want to wake up, but I got to get it together.
Oh Lord.
Look. So I just want to reiterate Stitch's challenge of the day. We see quite a few people commenting already. Comment on on all of your different social media platforms. Use the hashtag Stitch's challenge. Just say where you plan on going. Maybe attach a picture to the place that you plan on going,
Yeah.
the things that you
Yeah.
plan on doing when this is over with. Let's start the conversation about what you're going to do because people need for your mental health. People need something to look forward to. So the conversation will be good. Now to Miss People's favorite part of the show.
What you got? So we'll let you start it off since you're so anxious. What t-shirt you got on?
Hello, Friday.
Hello Friday.
This is
So
for
why?
all my shirt. My shirt today is for everyone like myself who has been working from home,
Mhm.
um, still helping people, still doing things that is necessary during this pandemic to make sure that for me, people's mental state is good, making sure they're if they're recovering from any addiction, that I'm able to help them and provide resources. So for me, it's been a long week mentally, definitely. So I love this t-shirt. I try to wear it every Friday. Yes, Hello Friday. And so this is my favorite shirt. Hello Friday.
Okay.
So, so what I have on is the CEO millionaire shirt, right? So what this shirt means to me is like before I can be the CEO of anything, I need to be the CEO of my own life. So like we talked about with finances, I need to be the CEO of my finances. I need to be the CEO of how I want to spend time with my family before I try to lead or run anything from anybody else. So that's what my shirt, CEO millionaire of my life.
Yes.
Man, I like that. So, man, I got volunteer on it, but I want you to pay attention to Rock and Roll Marathon. I'm a runner, and I love to run. And even when I'm not able to run, I go down and I volunteer. So it's twofold for all of those athletic people that love to get out and run. And a lot of us have not been able to get out like we would like to. Um, but getting involved and getting staying active in some way, form, or fashion. And a shout out to just all of those people that because it takes a lot of people to make these type of things occur. It takes a lot of large volunteer effort. So That's my T-shirt representing it. Just reminded me of, hey, I still got a couple more halves and a couple, at least one more full in there. That's on my bucket list before by next year. Also, I'm gonna do one every couple years. So it's coming on up to one.
Not my
Yeah.
bucket, but okay.
I ride a bike next to you. I help motivate you, but I ain't gonna be running that thing.
No, now hold on. Didn't you say something about something you was talking about training for? Let's get it.
Well, yeah, I'm doing something a little different. There ain't no full or no half marathons. I'm gonna do a 5K adventure race where you run, then you do an obstacle. You run a little bit, you do an obstacle. So it's not running the full amount of time. It's gonna be running with a little bit of fun in between. So I done did a couple of them and I enjoy them. So maybe we all can train for that.
No, I'll continue to be y'all's biggest cheerleader. I'll continue to motivate you. I'll continue to push you. I'll continue to critique you and help you through this. But what I will not be doing is all that. Thank you.
That's all right. We still
Yes, indeed.
get her about that airplane when we do that skydive. You attach to somebody, so it's not like we gonna still work on you. But look,
Yeah.
we want to thank you for coming on today.
Thank
We
you.
we know it was such a challenge to get you on, to take you from behind the camera, behind the clipboard to be actually on the forefront. And we just want you to know we appreciate that.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I would say I'll come back at any time, but that's not the truth. The truth shall set you free. So I'll be remaining free. So thank y'all for having me. Thank you for having me on your Feature Friday.
Is there any other final comments you would like to make to the audience? You just want to get off your chest about it?
I just want people to understand that they need to make sure that they stay safe. They need to make sure that their
Hmm.
children and their families stay safe. But we need to also make sure that we are encouraging our children to stay motivated.
Hmm.
We also have to take care of our mental health, but our number one focus definitely should be their mental health because during this time they're not understanding the why. So sometimes we don't understand the why, but it's very important that we understand that it's our responsibility to make sure that our children receive the best care. It is a privilege to be a parent. Everyone doesn't get that chance. So
Hmm.
I would advise everyone to definitely make sure that they're pouring into their children.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Peoples.
Thank you. See you
We'll
guys
Thank
later.
you. Enjoyed you.
all right. Amen.
Yes, sir.
Please know, special guest for one of them upcoming shows, it's going to be your significant other. Just want to
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get ready. Well, what that put the end to our live session. We want to thank everybody for tuning in for us for our feature Friday. So don't forget to post those pictures, post where you want to travel, post where you want to eat. We want to see those things. And don't forget hashtags. This is challenge.
Yes. So tomorrow is replay Saturday. So we will have one of our shows that you, our listening audience, voted that you most liked, and we do this based off of the number of likes, the number of comments. Then Monday we'll be back live at noon for Mental Health Monday. Mental Health Monday. We're going to continue this conversation about what we're going to do after. What are we going to do mentally to prepare ourselves for when this quarantine is over and when outside open back up. So by all means, make sure you stay tuned. We'll see you right here, same time, same place, same network. Peace.
Peace. Love y'all.